Hi there, and welcome to the webinar titled Work from Home, Navigating Work from Home with Your Employer. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Taylor Ma, and I'm an executive recruiter here at Sanford Rose Newman Group. I specialize in the insurance industry, helping insurance professionals find their next career move. I have spoken to hundreds of professionals, but the majority have been on the client service side. And during that time, I have had conversations where the underlying topic has been the same. People want to have the flexibility to work from home. In today's world, with all of this technology, it's been on people's minds as to why they can't have more flexibility when it comes to working from home and why they have to work in the office more than 40 hours. Now, there are firms out there that do allow maybe 1 to 2 days a week from home, but this is circumstantial. And this, of course, was all prior to COVID-19. However, with the pandemic outbreak, the majority of people who are employed and are working remote have been proven quite successful. This, of course, is according to a senior executive leader from a major regional broker, as she stated that April 2020 productivity was up in comparison to their 2019 results. Now more than ever, people are going to want to continue working from home or remotely when the economy opens up. But what we've seen are businesses and leadership expecting most people back in the office. If you're in that boat where wanting to work from home is heavily on your mind, I'll share with you some tactical tips on how to navigate with your employer and how to work from home effectively, successfully, and how it will show your employer that it can benefit both you and the company. So moving forward to that topic, why do people want to work from home? According to Forbes.com and a recent study they conducted, the top 10 reasons are to have work-home balance, save on gas, avoid traffic, you're more productive, eliminate those long commutes, there are less distractions, there's a quieter atmosphere, it's a less stressful environment, you get to spend more time with your family, and it's environmentally friendly. All of these are valid points as to why work from home is beneficial. Now, did you know that the average person spends more than 90,000 hours at work in their lifetime? The average full-time employee works 260 days in the office a year, and the average full-time employee works 45 hours a week at least. So, what are the benefits from working from home? Of course, the top benefit is for most people, what they immediately think about is the work-life balance. Being able to spend more time with your spouse, your children, and being able to step away from work is a huge benefit for a lot of people. And it's one of the most important factors when obtaining a job. Forbes surveyed 700 workers across numerous industries in America, and the study found that 34% of workers would take a pay cut up to 5% to work more hours from home. The next benefit, saving money. Being able to work from home regularly helps Americans save an average of $4,500 a year, according to Business News Daily. Think of saving money on gas, car maintenance, dry cleaning, lunches and/or coffee, and new professional clothing. That's a lot of money. The third benefit is having no commute. Being able to eliminate your commute to and from work puts extra time in your pocket, which can be spent on important projects, responding to emails, making phone calls, working with clients, and so on. And of course, being able to minimize your carbon footprint on the environment is always a bonus. And then, of course, the last benefit of working from home is people say they're more productive in their own space than in the office. Now, researchers have found that remote employees lost 27 minutes of work from distractions compared to 37 minutes wasted in the office. So you can be in control of your working situation. No coworkers are interrupting you for minutes at a time, and you're not being roped into office conversations or whatever else, what other distractions may come about. Now, one question that does need to be addressed is why are employers hesitant to allow work from home? The main reason is trust. Somebody somewhere along the line took advantage of this option, and so the reaction is often, well, we had a bad experience. Trust is difficult to fix once it's been broken. So that being said, much of the data supplied here should help in opening the eyes for future possibilities. Now, did you know the average daily American commute is total about 27.1 minutes? That is about 152 hours or 19 full work days a year driving to work in their car. And 25% of the average commute is spent in traffic. The average American spends more than 20 minutes per week commuting than they did a decade ago. And over the span of a year, commuters spend more than 9 days or 225 hours in traffic. Now, not being stuck in traffic always makes for a better day. And to top it off, you're reducing, again, your carbon footprint and helping the environment. So now the big question is, and it comes into play, how do you navigate approval for work from home opportunities from your employer? Now, this can be very tricky. Whether you're an existing employee or just joining the team, it's possible to gain that approval with your company to let you work from home or at least part time. Now, the key to being successful with this is to be transparent with your employer. And of course, proving that when you work from home, you'll be even more successful there than you are in the office. So let's talk about the steps that can help you get there. Step one, evaluate why you want to work from home in the first place. Be sure to prepare an answer to this question in advance. Your answer should explain why you want to work from home and at the same time demonstrate why you are a strong candidate for this flexibility. Be prepared to illustrate when you've been entrusted with this in the past or when you've been relied upon and succeeded. Step two, evaluate the demand of your job. If your role is demanding, such as sales or in management, you may want to rethink work from home possibilities. But if you're able to communicate with your team or your counterpart by phone, email, or even instant message, work from home could be easier to manage. That may change, however, based on what you're working on or any team challenges you and others are facing. So if you're asking for that flexibility, be prepared to give it as well. Something to keep in mind also is that this is a privilege and that at any time it can be reduced or taken back due to either a new position or a promotion. Step three, check with HR. Be sure to check with your company's HR department and ask if there is a policy already. If there is a policy, make sure you fit within those guidelines. But if there once was a policy and it was eliminated, ask why it was eliminated so you can understand the challenges management had with the program and then present this information to your boss with likely solutions. Step four, write a proposal. Once you've accumulated your research, create a written proposal for your employer, and this will help you fine tune your request and will likely be taken more seriously than a casual mention in a conversation. The proposal should include the benefits to your employer, details on how you will accomplish your job more effectively and efficiently, and then how it can benefit you and your company in the long term. Be prepared to make performance and accessibility commitments. Step five, present your idea and again, focus on the benefit of the company. When you bring the idea up to your employer, make sure that this is a conversation that's in person and not over email. Once that meeting's scheduled, make sure you elaborate on the written proposal and all of the data you've acquired and how it can benefit the company. Be as detailed as possible when presenting your idea and stay open-minded. That's very important here. It may be beneficial in asking to have a trial run. Maybe start small by proposing to work, remotely 1 to 2 days a week, or a couple weeks in a row for a month. And really, once you've tracked your success and show it to your employer, keep that in mind and maybe come circle back around to see if you can get your days up even more. But once you've established that you are a reliable telecommuter, you may get less resistance when asking for that increasing numbers of the days that you want to work remotely. So over time, you'll be able to offer up examples of the success of work from home, the evidence to support your request, and be given a chance to establish yourself as a remote employee. Now, one thing we want to do is put yourself in your employer's shoes. Kind of look at it from their perspective. What are the benefits for allowing employees to work from home? First of all, cost savings. One study showed that if a company allowed one employee to work from home part-time, they would save an average of $11,000 annually. That's per employee. So this includes office space, desk equipment, office supplies, cost of labor, and so on. The second benefit is increased productivity. As we know, there's less distractions while working from home, and employees who work from home are also less likely to use sick time. Now, since employers lose $1,800 per employee per year on unscheduled absences, that cost adds up real quickly. And to add the cherry on top, 17% of employees are more productive, almost a full day per week. Last benefit of working from home is one study found that 46% of companies that allow work from home flexibility has reduced attrition, and 95% say remote work has a high impact on employee retention. Stanford University conducted a study as well and said that employees who work from home have 50% less turnover. This is all according to Stanford University, productiveleaders.com, and NBC.com. So some information you can add to your proposal is how exactly working from home benefits the company you're with by adding your own statistics and relevant information. That will make it more personalized to your situation. Now, step 6, it's just kind of thrown in there. If successful, implement that work from home. I hope that these tips have led to a successful implementation of work from home for you and others on your team, because guess what? You're the new office hero. Now, let's play the devil's advocate for working from home. There are things to consider about working from home that could result in negative outcomes, and some of these top points of contentions are as follows. Out of sight, out of mind. You can be overlooked for promotions, you can be forgotten about, so keep that in mind. Hard to get answers some of the time. Sometimes people aren't at their desks, they're not answering their phones, so it can be hard to get some work done if you happen to be relying on people. It's a time sucker. If people aren't answering, it can be hard to get those answers and get your work done. They may reduce your workload. It could be divvied off onto other people who are in the office. It could be new projects could be given to other people. You may be the last one to be considered. Think of that. You may face envious coworkers. Again, some coworkers take advantage of opportunities. Some may not be able to work from home, so you may face some contention there. You may run the risk of not fully connecting with people in the company and may not have as strong a bond to solve problems. Being at home, kind of isolating yourself, could lead to you not being able to connect with people, build those relationships that a lot of in-office people have. And then, of course, may not have as close of a relationship with your boss or mentor. Not seeing them every day, talking to them every day, updating them every day face-to-face could result in losing that close bond and establishing that relationship. So just some stuff to keep in mind. It happens, but again, just something to take with a grain of salt. Now, if you need more tips, you want more help, you want to have a conversation about what I'm seeing in the next couple of months post-COVID lockdown, or what to explore opportunities in the industry with companies who are offering the work from home opportunity, feel free to reach out. If there's one thing that COVID has done, it's opened the conversation with leadership about the possibility of remote work. And one thing to remember is remote work is here to stay. 74% of companies plan to permanently shift to remote work post-COVID, according to the Executive Post. So you may be surprised to find that your company's one of them. You may not. I'm not sure. But if you ever want to talk, you ever want to have a confidential conversation, feel free to reach out. Call or text, email me. I am on LinkedIn. Or if you want to visit the Newman Group website, go ahead. Stanford Rose Associates Newman Group. We're right there. Feel free to contact me or reach out at any time. Thank you so much for listening to this webinar. I hope you learned a lot, and hope you can implement that new work from home and navigate with your current employer. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.